Today is Wednesday, June 10th, 2026, and today we have the Creative Gigaworks T20 Series 2 speaker, powered speaker. These were cool. They were from like, I don't know the exact year, 2010-ish, something like that. I was wrong. They were in 2006, and introduced in 2008, so even a little older. And trust the gargler. Anyway, these were inherently failure-proof prone. Problems arouse suspicion and contempt. The primary problem, particularly proliferated, related to internal amplification, and it resulted in recycled electronics. The electronics inside are quite there's quite a lot going on in here, and it looks like it was quite well engineered despite the failure. This failure mode was mostly static, that accumulated noise when you turn it on, and it sounds great for about a minute, and then there's a noise level that just comes up, and then eventually you don't have any audio anymore. You just have all noise. Looked into that. I don't know what the problem is, but it's broken, and it's not really particularly worth trying to reverse engineered this whole lovely thing. Notable inside this is a Class D amplifier, and it's a TPA 3123 D2. So a Class D amplifier. I mean, basically, it's just using switching power to make a digital signal with PWM, and as a result, it can be like super efficient because it's like all digital and stuff. And you're able to get a differential signal across the speakers. From these like, if you imagine a waveform doing a wiggly waggly, it has some kind of way of sampling it and amplifying it, so it makes like little stair steps that replicate that, where it's actually just turning off a transistor really fast. I think that might be an oversimplification, but that's my understanding of it. And it's able to do a differential power output to the speaker, so it can actually push and pull that voltage, so you get like higher power than a single stage amplifier, if that's the right term. But also, differential means that if there's noise on the line when you're putting it in, the noise cancels out and you get nice clean audio out. But the circuit board is toast. So what we could do is we could put new electronics in and wire it up to these nice fancy looking knobs here, or we could do something a little more hacky. Enter the ZK502T 2.1 audio jiggly bits. I happened to get this off of the place that shall not be named for $9 and change, and it's since, in the 1 week of AI apocalypse, it has gone up to $15, but there's a $3 coupon right now. So your mileage may vary on pricing, but at least let me show you what fun things are inside this box. This is another Class D amplifier, and it is powered by, what is it powered by? Oh, go away, Alexa. It's the TPA 3116 D2. And this one's got the 312 D2. So it's like its little brother or something. It's a Texas Instrument part. It's 1530 or 50 watt, I guess, depending on your impedance of your speakers and how much power you can get out of it in heat. Even though it reduces heatsink size because it's a 90% efficient solution. This is a reference board. I mean, like, there's not even that many components. You've got capacitors and coils and a couple little resistors and things, and then there's the chip, which is supposed to have a big heatsink on it. But like, this is probably pushing 30 watts. See the little goodies they've got for us in here. We got a little bag of crappy, crusty, chromed crumpets and a little bit of heatsink. And a screwdriver. Well, that's nice. I need another one of those. Some various hardware things and some nip-nops. A thermal pad. We'll use that for later. And some other language. Wonderful. This was never intended to be read by... Oh, no, they've got English inside. And notable, it's got Bluetooth. You can talk to it over USB as well, which is very interesting. I might actually use the USB componentry. Right, so let's just get her out and look at her. This is inputs for a microphone. I don't plan on using this at all, so I'm just going to disconnect the microphone part of the circuit because I don't need it. Get rid of it. Similarly, I'm not sure why it has... Oh, it's for the Bluetooth. Previous, next, all that stuff. I'm not going to use Bluetooth, so I'm also going to remove that. And then we have volume control right here, followed by left and right channel adjustments and perhaps bass adjustment. I like that they use rotaries instead of just regular potentiometers, and we're controlling this all digitally. It's kind of amazing that we get a rotary encoder for this, all connected. And then there's our circuit. So there's the brain box. It's got an exposed pad on the top for heat getting out of her. And then the speaker terminals. A USB for so USB is USB audio from like a flash drive perhaps. So I won't be using that USB. That's too bad. It's okay. It's got a headphone jack, which is what we will be using, and the wireless. All right. Let's just use it as is. I'm not going to modify a single thing. But what I am going to modify is the speaker. And you're not going to be happy with how I plan to modify the speaker. Or maybe you will be. I'm not really sure. I mean, this is my show, so if you don't like it, you can watch something else. There is the big woofer. There is one little tweeter dome guy. And there's a crossover. So it says 5 watts. 6 ohms. So it's striking a balance between what we wanted. But that's okay. I'm actually just going to unplug it from the board. And I'm going to use this, minus the electronics. And all I'm going to do is, on that circuit board back there, I'm connecting the 2 left speaker to the internal speaker. So this output is going to become an input to that speaker. And we're going to just leave all the electronics right where they are. So got the circuit board out. I think we don't even have to solder anything on here. All we have to do is just trace the wire back to here on, considering that the output was right there, it's one of these 4 wires. So it should be pretty simple to figure out, which one of these things connects up to there. So I'm just going to hit it with a multimeter, and we'll find out exactly what is what. Oh no! I guess I gotta replace a battery. So I've just removed this output to the board. There's the wire, covered in all that nice, lovely acoustic foam. And conveniently, it's labeled as left minus and left plus. So all I have to do is just probe these pins that are already nicely labeled for me, find out which ones are which. Okay, so that's the positive and the negative. And there's L minus and L plus. Beauty. So all we got to do, just going to mark those really quick. And I'm going to just, I guess I'm going to go so far as to find a connector. I don't think I'm going to find that connector somewhere, but I'll put a different end on it at least. I just made a realization. This is actually standard header size from like hobby kits. I don't even need to do any soldering to connect these. All I need to do is remove perhaps the little plastic nubbin from between here to get a slightly better contact. Oh my gosh, this is so easy. Actually, I've already changed my mind. I'm going to just solder two of them together because that will be just ever so easy to handle for me. Go gadget solder! I managed to misplace one of my OmniFixo Fixos. If you happen to find it, could you send it my way? I don't know how I managed to already lose one. I think I've used this like 4 times. Granted, I did take it across country with me, so I probably lost it there. Okay, well, that couldn't have been easier. And now we literally just plug it in. And did the black wear off? Oh no, it's right there. Yay, we're circuit modified. All we have to do is reassemble. It is that simple to convert this into a passive speaker. And then I just need to find a power supply. I had a 27 volt that came with this thing, but I don't think that, I mean, I guess it would be all right. I do have another Creative Labs set of speakers that has a power supply that should be, in the voltage range. It says it wants 24 volts max, and I got 27, so it's just a little too much chooch, But we'll find a power supply and we'll get going. Now, perhaps a bit embarrassingly, I have not been able to locate an RCA cable yet. So I'm using a media adapter that does headphone thingies for line level. I'm using it as a speaker cable. This is a test of the speaker capabilities, not of the new amp, but it does function, and but it's not going to be great. This is not intended for the purpose. It works. All right, so I just need to find the right wires. Okay, I just kind of stuffed the wires in the back. I don't have a connector. So I found an old Dell power supply from probably 2005, 19 volts from an old Inspiron, like 1200, things with like the Centrino chip inside. I'm struggling with this thermal pad. Oh dear, this is not bueno. There we go. We are thermally simulated. So I've not plugged this in yet. I don't know what will happen. Before I fry it, I do want to know, what voltage this is, just to make sure that, I know what killed it. 19.5 volts. Tip positive. All right. Here we go. This is more or less the moment of truth with the smoke test. Okay, no smoke, no lights, no nothing. Oh, I have the power here. Oh, interesting. It talks to us and it works. So we'll give it a little test. Whoa. That sounds very nice. I don't think I can keep playing that. He's stumped. All right. am quite happy with the way that these turned out. I will have to see how long this heatsink thing is going to work for me, because I'm just not sure if this is going to be, good enough. I have to fix the wires, and I have to put this whole thing inside of an enclosure of some sort. It's the one downfall of this circuit board. It cost me $9, but I'm going to spend more than that putting it together. Let's kill the crab music. This is great. I resurrected some old Giga speakers. They sound beautiful. I'm trying out a cheapy what's-a-who's-it. Worst case, I can put a proper power supply and a proper amp thing, but this was thrown together in a short period of time. See, I've just I VHB taped it on there. Yeah, so that's my thing. You can get a TriPath. Is it TriPath TD? I think that's the Class D amplifier, and you can resurrect some old speakers, and you can thump with the bass, and then you can play the crab music just like everyone else.